Welcome to this small interactive session or a little panel discussion from the Department of Endocrinology, Diabetes Metabolism, Narayana Health Clinic, Narayana Health City, Bangalore. I will introduce the panelists. Far to my right is Dr. Basavaraj. Basavaraj is a senior endocrinologist and working at the Narayana Institute of Cardiac Sciences, Bangalore. To my right here is Dr. Shiv Prasad, is my colleague and consultant at the Mazumdar Medical Center in Bangalore, and myself, Dr. Subramanian Kannan, heading the Department of Endocrinology, Diabetes Metabolism. We are here at very unprecedented times, sitting with our masks on, wearing our scrubs. These are not normal attires for any endocrinology diabetes physician, but we are in a times where we have to take care of ourselves, at the same time take care of the patients. I think diabetes is one specialty as well as area of medicine where innovative approaches have taken big strides, and I think given the problems we have today, we have to look at innovative approaches on how to manage patients, how to solve their problems with the facilities and technologies we have. We are here to discuss a few aspects about diabetes care at these times of COVID. We're also here to discuss what a virtual consultation looks like when you consult in Narayana, how we handle our virtual patients online. And at the end, we also would like to share our experience on how we have helped patients during this last 60 days of lockdown and how many patients have benefited from our intervention. I'll start my first question with Dr. Shiv Prasad. Just to set the ball rolling, why is diabetes care so important? I mean, in any day, diabetes care is very important. All the more at this time of COVID-19 pandemic, why is diabetes care important? Why should patients keep their sugar levels in a good control?
Yeah. See, if you are a diabetic, the first question you ask is whether you are at high risk of developing COVID. So the answer is no. Your chances of contracting COVID is similar to a person without diabetes. But if you contract COVID, the chances of developing complications and developing a severe infection is more. It doesn't mean that everyone who diabetic who develops a COVID goes on to develop severe complications. There are few set of patients like patients who are older, means with an age of more than 50 or 60 years, people who have obesity, a BMI of more than 30, patients who have other comorbidities like hypertension, or complications like a heart disease or a lung disease or a kidney disease, they are at high risk of developing complications. So these are the set of patients where they should be more concerned about their diabetes management. This is the time when the sugar should be well controlled, and this is the time when you should stick to your lifestyle management and medications.
That's a very important point. I think you probably are at the same risk of developing infection like any other non-diabetic person, but if you get infected, your risk of developing complication depends on how much of comorbidities you have. A 35-year-old diabetes person with a lot of comorbidities, a poorly controlled diabetes, is at a much higher risk of developing complications than a 65-year-old person who has well-controlled diabetes for a long time. So keep in mind that your ability to have your sugars under good control is going to play a very important role in terms of the prognostication or the way how things may unfold. Dr. Basavaraj, you want to add anything on this point?
Yeah, the only thing is what we need to also understand is due to the fear of COVID-19, many people tend to sort of lax on their management of diabetes given the absence of because of the restrictions imposed by the lockdown. Many people pass on the game saying that I'm not able to walk, I'm not able to exercise. But we also need to understand that we can do many of these things even in the given restrictions also. You can just have some physical activity and exercises at home, and you can also obviously tend to always have an eye on the sugars so that you keep them under normal. Apart from that, I think Dr. Shiv Prasad has covered majority of the things.
So the other question that patients would like to know or people would like to know is that you tell us that sugars should be well controlled. You also tell us that you are under lockdown, you are not able to visit your usual doctor for your follow-up visit. So how can what can I do if I am a diabetes person or a diabetes patient? What can I do at home from a diet point of view, exercise point of view, and how can I consult my doctor remotely?
Okay. See, the management of diabetes during COVID times is the same as the management of diabetes before COVID. It involves three things. One is your lifestyle, the second is your medications, the third one is your mental health. Mental health is also important. Lifestyle involves sticking to your diet. Whatever diet you were advised by a dietitian before your COVID time, you try to follow it. The problem with lockdown is you tend to overeat. When you are free at home, one kind of entertainment is to eat. So you have to avoid those excess eating. That is one thing. Stick to your dietitian. You can always contact a dietitian virtually, either on WhatsApp or the hospital apps which we have. And if you have any doubts, you can contact them and get a new diet plan. The second one is exercise. Exercise doesn't mean walking outside only. You can walk inside the house. What you require is only 30 minutes of walking or any kind of physical activity per day. Either it can be gardening, it can be doing household chores, or you can do some kind of weight lifting at home depending on your age. If you don't have comorbidities, small 1 or 2 kg weight lifting at home, you can also do that. And medications, you stick to the medications which you were given before COVID. Don't stop any medication if it is not causing any complication. In any case, if you are not tolerating the medicine, or if you are monitoring sugars at home with a glucometer, if you are seeing high sugars, then try to get in touch with your consultant or the team, and take a virtual consultation and change the medications if required. And the third is the mental health. It is common to have some anxiety and depression issues during lockdown period. So try to get occupied with some kinds of hobbies or exercise routine or some kind of entertainment. Keep yourself occupied, keep yourself active throughout the day, and stick to the treatment regimen, and try to contact the primary team or the managing team as frequently possible, as possible. That's what I think, which is important.
So I think the important message here from our team is that your care of diabetes should not lag behind. I mean, whether it is during COVID or post-COVID, during lockdown, post-lockdown, the care should not lag behind. The doctors are able to communicate with you in multitude of ways nowadays. So there are a lot of technology that can help you to stay in touch with the team. For example, in our own setup, we have the virtual consultation app, wherein which you can log in on a web browser and get an appointment with the doctor and talk to the doctor on a video consult. And at the end of the consultation, the doctor can then decide if your diet is not correct. He can refer you to the dietitian. We have a dietitian panel who at your own convenience talk to the dietitian, again set up a call with them on a WhatsApp or a separate window to talk to the dietitian, get your plan revised during these times. Subsequently, we also put you through with a yoga therapist. We have a yoga therapist who can sort of again help you teach to do simple, at the same time effective asanas, both for physical health as well as for the mental health. Pranayams and meditations have got their role to play at these times when your mental health also is important. So that kind of an assessment and service is also provided. Last but not the least, and I want to sort of touch upon this later on, is our remote care nurses. Consultation with the diabetes doctor does not end with the consultation itself. Things really start only when you start following the treatment. When you start following the treatment, you may have so many difficulties, questions, you may experience some side effect, your sugars may go down, it may not go down, it may go up, higher. So all these kind of things need to be adjusted, and it may not be practical for every single doctor to answer every single question that you may have. So we have a point of care nurse who will be allocated to you. You can be in regular touch with them. We have a model app called Kaizala app that is developed, and in these times when it is difficult for people to communicate, we have these kind of modalities where in which patients can send their sugar readings, can send their vital signs, can send their insulin doses, so that patients can we, with the help of the nursing remote care nurse, we're able to adjust these doses and help you better. But Basavaraj, your experience on these remote care nurses, how are they helping you manage your patients?
Remote care management system which we follow in our hospitals is actually a wonderful and innovative idea which we have brought forward. So this actually does wonders, and we have seen it doing wonders day in and day out. See, for example, now we take a patient who has had pregnancy related diabetes, who has got the detection of a diabetes first time in the pregnancy. Now this lady's, ideally if the sugars go up, then probably we put her on multiple doses of insulin a day, usually 3-4 times, at times sometimes plenty also. Sometimes these patients also, a few of them can go on the insulin pumps. So in them, the remote monitoring helps us in a way to adjust the doses of the insulin. Now what happens in this system is that the patient checks her sugars regularly, updates to the point of care diabetes educator nurse, and then the nurse, along with the coordination of the doctor, sends back the required dose adjustments to the patient. So all in all, it's a quick system, so that by the time your next day's insulin dose comes, your insulin doses are pretty much adjusted. So what we see is, usually we tend to get the normalization of sugars very quickly, as good as early as 24 hours also. And in this way, because in these difficult times, given the amount of risk of traveling and all that, so pregnant ladies with diabetes can actually take help of this. The second group of patients is patients with high comorbidities like a kidney failure or a liver failure, wherein the risk of hypoglycemia, having a low sugar, is pretty high. So in them also, the point of care nurse is actually very vital. She plays the most vital role, and she gives the feedbacks in coordination with the doctor, so that all of these complications do not happen. So I think that's what we have seen. And all in all, what we have seen is that probably over the longer run, the 3 months average sugar test which we do, the HbA1c, that improves. And there are plenty of evidence which suggests that as the HbA1c improves, your overall management of the quality of the diabetes, quality of life, longevity, everything probably improves with HbA1c improvement.
Yeah, that was very well put together by Dr. Basavaraj. I think now we've started this remote monitoring 3 years ago, even before all these situations arise. We knew that remote monitoring was going to be a very important step in diabetes management. Patients, when visiting us from far off places, used to have the advantage of being in touch with us. As he said, the type 1 diabetes, people who are on multiple insulin injections, diabetes in pregnancy, these form a very vital portion of people who need regular or daily adjustments, and you cannot waste time of 2 months or 3 months before adjusting the dose. You have to adjust the dose continuously. And for this, we have a point of care remote care nurse who is a well-versed diabetes educator nurse who knows well about insulin. So they talk to you, they interact with you and send your concerns to the doctor. And we are able to look at your sugars, and then we reflect our changes back to the nurse. The nurse then sends the messages back to you. This happens within a short period, as Dr. Basavaraj said. Within about 24 hours, we get your regimen rectified again. This becomes important, particularly when tight control of sugar is mandated. We would like to inform you that we have had more than 1,500 such encounters in the last 60 days. I would say almost last 45 to 50 days. 1,500 encounters. We have almost every day. We get patients who have sent their sugar readings to our nurses. Our nurses will then get back to us, and then we send our corrections to them, and then they are given back to the patient. So this system we've been going through this for the last 3 years now. So it's not something new that we are doing in this COVID era. We just want people to realize that this system is available for you to utilize even better now. So patients who are far off, patients who cannot cross the border and come over here, can take use of the system. So when you consult the doctor on the online system, it is not that your consultation is over and you finish your care. The consultation continues. You are in touch with our healthcare team, with our diabetes team throughout, till we see you back again, or till we are able to do your next test and revisit us. Till the time, there is one nurse assigned to you who will take care of your sugars, answer your questions, have difficulty, video demonstration of insulin techniques. If you have difficulties taking insulin, they may ask you to show your the injection site, so that we are able to almost mimic the care that we would have given you had you come to our hospital. And that is the goal. We want to really make sure that the comprehensiveness of care that we would have given you if you had come to NH is done on a virtual basis. And that's what I think we would like to convey on this platform, is that a comprehensive set of measures have been put, well tested, well run, and has been running for the last 2.5 3 years. Is now all the more important that we use this facility and technology better to help you better and serve you better in these difficult times. Hope you all stay safe, and hope we pass through this difficult times of COVID pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you.